Gentlelady yields. Mr. Lord, what is the agency's current backlog of permits or leases related to grazing that are awaiting approval?
Yeah, I don't have a good answer for that for you, but I can get back to you on it.
Yeah, if you would, that would be terrific. And that's both the backlog on permits as well as the leases, if you could do that. What are some of the ways the Forest Service is working with the ranchers across the West to ensure grazing leases are approved quickly?
Yeah, I mean, some of the challenge that we have, Chairman, is staffing levels. You know, we've again, our range program is not funded to the extent that we would like it to be, and that, you know, again, we've got a finite number of employees, and a lot of times the grazing programs might have just one or two employees per district that are trying to manage these. And so a lot of times it's a personnel limitation. So I can I'll try to get some specific information for you, but you know, there's a lot of competing interest on public lands. And so a lot of times this makes it challenging for us to you know, be expeditious about how fast we can offer permits.
Do you view this as a priority?
Excuse me, sir?
Do you view this as a priority?
Absolutely, we view it as a priority. But again, we've got a lot of priorities that we're managing as an agency.
So should we be reallocating positions?
I mean, that would be one approach to it for sure.
Can you reallocate positions administratively?
We could make changes to our range workforce through reallocation, sure.
So you could get more manpower to this if you chose to.
We could, but again, as we make sacrifices in one arena, we obviously have voids to fill in other areas, and so it's a matter of, you know, collectively we try to balance how we allocate employees across our needs.
Is preventing wildfire a priority?
Preventing wildfire is a priority, sir.
So if this is one of the more effective ways of preventing fire, wouldn't that move up the priority list pretty high?
Yes, sir. I fully agree with you on that. I think that we're to the discussion, to the answers that Congressman LaMalfa had, we're doing a better job every year. Could we do better? Absolutely. But I think we're starting to just understand how beneficial when we target grazing in an area it can be. And so we're working to improve that each year.
So you said I think you said you did an additional 75,000 acres this year, is that right?
That was in FY23, we did 75,000 acres through targeted grazing, and we did fund it actually with fuels dollars to the tune of $600,000.
So I was doing the math on this, and you said there's 73 million acres under active grazing allotments, is that correct?
That's correct.
And there's 95 million total?
Yeah, rangelands, there's 95 million.
So that leaves 22 million acres. Are you going to be able to get to all 22 million acres in the foreseeable future?
Yeah, there's reasons for some of those 22 million acres not having permits. It could be that some of it's not suited. You know, there's a lot of reasons for the difference between those numbers.
Do you guys have document or data on how many of those 22 million acres would be good rangeland that would be acceptable for grazing?
Yeah, I can get that information for you for sure.
Yeah, if you get those numbers. So I heard that NGOs are buying up grazing allotments and then not using them. Is that correct? There's instances of them doing that?
There's a few instances, yes.
Can you rescind those allotments when they don't use them?
Can we rescind if an NGO has got one?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the allotments in my knowledge that have been turned over to NGOs have been bighorn sheep allotments, where we know we have bighorn sheep and we graze sheep, and so there's a known challenge associated with mingling them, and so that's how it's been. Those are the ones that, in my knowledge, have been the allotments have been purchased by NGOs. And is there a mechanism? Yeah, we could as the allotment expires, the permit expires, we could renew in a different way.
The committee is very concerned by the prospect that President Biden may further abuse the Antiquities Act during the lame duck. Is the Forest Service aware of any potential national monuments the White House plans to designate between now and the end of the president's term?
Yeah, I'd have to get back to you on that one. That's outside of my purview.
You could get back to me in regards to that if there's any that are being planned?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody in the White House or the Council on Environmental Quality asked the Forest Service to provide substantive or technical feedback on a potential national monument designation, including by creating maps for such a designation?
Yeah, again, I'll have to get back to you on that one.
So you've had no requests along those lines?
I personally have not, but again, I cover the natural resources program, and that's more of a, that's a, different
Have you heard
area
from
than
any of
mine.
your colleagues, have they had that request?
I'll have to ask them.
Well, I appreciate you joining here, Mr. Lohr, and no further questions. Thank you for joining the committee today.
Thank you.
And we're going to move on to our next panel, excuse me. While the clerk resets our witness table, I will remind the witnesses that under committee rules, they must limit their oral statements to 5 minutes, but their entire statement will appear in the hearing record. I'd also like to remind our witnesses of the timing lights, which will turn red at the end of your 5-minute statement, and to please remember to turn on your microphone. As with the second panel, I will allow all witnesses to testify before member questioning, and we'll get those nameplates up there and look forward to our third panel of witnesses joining us here. I thought that was okay.